Hello again. I got in just gonna knock a bunch of it out phase. So now I only have one strand here sticking up that was from the ones that were, standing up there for so long. And I went ahead and got all of these done but one. Here's the one I'm gonna do for you in just a moment here. I figured if I did the last one, it would make more sense because you could see all the other ones that I've done. And we'll just point those out real quick. There, there, there. All the ones I did. And slowly but surely, I've been kind of organizing these outer ones a little more when I did those. And of course, the whole time I was doing all of these, there was, much tappy tap tap on each one when I was doing them, just to make sure that I could keep that center ring as close to level as possible. Because if I can pull it off, I want this tree to actually be able to balance fairly well on just this center nub here. This center nub will be the tallest thing by just a little bit than anything else in the root system. So if need be, it's hard to explain, but there's a couple reasons why I'm doing this with this. Remember to get your little valley in there. And we'll drop out a little bit here and readjust. Okay, here's the one we're going to be working on. And you can see here, those are those last four strands. Might not, yeah, there's four. I'd like to double check. If there's only three, I got a problem. So those are those last four strands that I added to the base there. And you can remember this bunch I added before that I curled around here so I could remember which was which. And now we're going to do this one right here. And the first thing I did on these is I took these four off and then attach them to the next root over, just to hold them there so they're out of the way, because I don't want them to get mixed in with this bunch of roots right away. And then we go take this off. Oops, got one tangled in there. Okay, now these are just to show you, turn back a little bit. These are long ones that were added in a long time ago. And I wanted to mark them because they're going to be in the middle of the root. And those are going to go right there. So I'm just going to tuck them back down. And I won't be able to mix up which ones are which because they all got that curl in them down there. So I'm not going to take that curl out. Because now we're going to switch you up again and bring it out a little bit. And get you the end on view here. And I think I'm not going to scratch the camera. So once again, you guys saw me do this before. I'm going to go in here one by one. And I'm going to kind of get them organized. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I just want to make sure there's nobody grossly out of place. And we'll look at the bottom a little bit. And it looks like I need a couple more over on this side that I'm messing with here. So we'll go down here. And that looks about right. So I'm going to fold these up and over and out of the way. And I got one more here that needs to go over there. I'm going and looking down here a little bit. You can't see me. Or maybe you can. I don't know. I might be bouncing in front of the camera from time to time. And there's another one here that needs to go with that bunch. Then I can pretty much just take all these other ones over here and take those out of the way too. And then we can start looking at our curly ones down here and uncurl them, because there's nothing going to get in the way of them now, so we won't mix any of them up. So we'll take those curls out. Because curls like that, that's instant tangulation. Those are going to tangle into something else as soon as they get a chance. And we're just going to look here, and oh, we got a single one. We're going to have to fix that. Don't want any singles floating around at this point. And a single is just another one, because these were very lightly twisted together, so they untwist pretty easy. So we're going to go back and figure out where they start, and we're going to pedal them back in quick. And that's real easy to do. You just get in here with your fingers and pedal them back, because we don't want these twisted up really tight, because we might want to break off just one of them when we're making roots later. And if they're twisted up really tight, good luck. And this one needs a little bit of pedaling right at the end. And we'll do this one. You can pedal one-handed or two-handed. Two-handed's a little quicker. And then we'll just see what the heck's going on here. Where do we want to place this one? I want to move these over a little bit. So get in there with my fingernail, the all-purpose fingernail. Does that look right? Do I want to have that coming over? Yeah, that's going to have to be it. And of course, there's my anchor point, that Spectrafiber. And we'll fold the last one down, and then we'll celebrate. Break out the Miller High Life. Whatever your choice alcohol is. And then we'll just get ready to do what I did to all the other ones. In there one at a time. Get that twist really deep far in there. And now it's time to get out. Tappy tap tap. There's some down in there, pretty good. Looks good. Okay, where are we at? Let's get her a little more twisted up. I just want to get it to the right point where I'll be able to get my flat bladed pliers on there. And then we're ready to do tighten up. There's a song out there called The Tighten Up. Great song. Do it, tighten up. And we're gonna really twist her tight. Make sure you got a good grip so you don't slip. You don't want to mar up any other wires, hopefully. Okay, that's pretty tight. Just for good luck, get in there with tap tap. And then we're going to kind of straighten these out. And if you don't get your fingernail in there, you'll loosen up your twist quite a bit. So I kind of try and get the fingernail in there and just twist it a tiny bit more. So it's going to loosen up a little bit, but that's okay. Because right where I want it, it's nice and tight. And we're just going to take the rest of these And because we kept them organized so nicely, it just takes a second to pop them back in there. And then we're going to grab our 4 that we locked to that other rut, because we want to make sure to keep these on the proper ruts. And then we're just going to tighten that back up. And voila, that's what I have done to all the rest of them. And now I will be able to take this and put it in the jig that's going to hold it right side up. So that's it for now, but we'll talk to you again soon. The next thing I'm going to do once I get it in the right side up jig is we're going to start sorting out, we're going to take the rest of these here and start to get them to go in a clockwise twist. And I'm going to do it just like I did before. I'm going to do them one at a time. I'm going to try and trace them back as far as I can into the trunk to make sure I know where they're coming from. Because if they're coming from the wrong direction, it's going to make patterns in the wire that I don't want. So, but yay, milestone achieved. And this doesn't look like it's pinched too tight in there. And hopefully that is still coming out of the direct center of the trunk. I don't think I moved this very far anyway. And that's kind of why I'm pounding on it all the time. Like you guys might have, you know, I was pounding on it, I think, in the first or second video. Is because when you do that, you end up with little bits that interlock when you set it back down. And so, but slowly but surely, you're getting more friction points that will keep that from sliding when you actually start twisting these. Because when you twist in these, you're pulling that whole thing this way a little bit. And so if you sit there and do the tappy tap tap, you get enough stuff, you know, jammed together that with various friction points that you can't move it then. And that's the other reason why I like leaving those other ones up to the center, because if I start moving it, those ones in the center will start tipping over and I'll know I'm moving it. So it's hard to explain the reason why I do a lot of this, because there's multiple reasons for some of the stuff I do. But hopefully, you know, by the end, I'll cough them all up. And speaking of that, might as well talk about this valley here a little bit. You know, the one reason is I want that central balance point, if I can pull it off. And the other reason is, say I wanted to add a bunch more wires to these roots. I just, you know, changed my idea and said, hey, I want to go for a different look. I want them to be really super thick. I could really get in here with a hammer and hammer this edge right around the ring really super tight. And I'm probably going to do that anyways. But then I could just build another ring that has a bunch more roots on it that can sit on top of this one. And I could add in a bunch more roots even at this point. So this new system here with this ring, that's given me a lot of flexibility throughout the beginning of the process of getting the roots. So, you know, I can get the look I'm really looking for. I don't box myself in at all. There's plenty of options. I mean, because even now, well, we'll do it this one. These short ones that I added in, I can lift those up. And if I did that all around the tree, there is still room for me to tuck in more wires in here if I want to. So if I flip this over and, you know, eyeball it and think about it for a while, if I want to, I can still add some more wires in here. So, but yeah, that'll be enough for now. We'll talk to you again soon.